What if I told you the Taylor Swift versus Scooter Braun feud wasn't a feud at all, but rather one of the most lucrative media narratives of the decade? Because while fans were waging war over who owned Taylor Swift's music, Scooter Braun, Shamrock Capital, and Taylor Swift herself were all quietly turning public outrage into a billion-dollar business model. Let's go back to the very beginning. In 2019, Scooter Braun, the music executive behind Justin Bieber, Kanye, Ariana, and many others, bought the rights to Taylor Swift's master recordings. Then a year later, Braun flipped the catalog, selling Taylor's masters to a private equity firm called Shamrock Capital for a reported $300 million. Shamrock Capital, by the way, is the private equity firm owned exclusively by Disney. Swift's response: re-record all of her old albums and rebrand them as Taylor's version. She encouraged fans to boycott the old versions and only stream the re-records, framing it as a fight for artist ownership.
The toxic male privilege in our industry is people saying, but he's always been nice to me, when I'm raising valid concerns about artists and their rights to own their music.
And it worked. Taylor's version became a rallying cry, a modern-day David versus Goliath story. But then, a few days ago, Taylor Swift penned a letter on her website announcing that she had finally bought back all of her original masters.
The pop superstar has officially taken ownership of the master recordings from her first 6 albums, ending a very long public fight for control of her own music.
Great news, right? The hero wins, the villain loses, story complete. Except, here's the part that nobody's talking about. First, Shamrock made an incredible deal. According to reports in the media, they bought Taylor Swift's masters back in 2021 for around $300 million. And they just sold the masters for an estimated $360 million. It was also reported that Shamrock was able to generate roughly $30 million per year in licensing revenue. So doing the math, they bought Taylor Swift's masters for $300 million, sold it for $360 million, a $60 million profit, plus they got another $100 million in positive cash flow on top of that. That's about an 18% return, which is, by all private equity standards, a fantastic investment. Now, let's not forget about the other side.
Yeah. I love when she re-recorded all of her music.
Me too.
I thought that was a genius idea.
That's right. The genius of this feud lies in that instead of just one revenue stream for Taylor's music, it created 2. By re-recording all of her music, she created a second set of masters, effectively doubling her catalog. And according to estimates from Bloomberg, her recorded works since 2019, which includes all of her re-recorded works, are now worth over $400 million. Then came the Eras Tour, a global phenomenon that played right into this narrative of artistic revenge, female empowerment, and an underdog fighting back against the big bad music industry, which in turn made Taylor Swift into the first billionaire artist in history. And here is the kicker. Guess who helped broker that deal for Taylor to buy back all of her masters? That's right. It was none other than the infamous Scooter Braun, the same guy who started this entire saga in the first place. So yes, while grown adults are literally crying tears of joy on behalf of Taylor Swift and recording themselves doing it, let me just remind people that everyone in this feud walked away richer. Way richer. My name is James Lee. You're watching the 5149 Show. Like and subscribe if you want more stories that go beyond what is being told to you by the mainstream media.
Oh my God. I know I look insane, and this is like the worst timing. Like, of course, it's like when you least expect it, but at the same time, I can't believe it. Taylor Swift owns all of her music outright. She owns all of it, every bit of it, all of the album artwork, all the music videos, everything. Her letter is so vulnerable, and it just like, it explains so much, and I'm shaken. I'm absolutely shaken. Holy shit.